So eventually people started coming, and then I'll charge 2,000, sometimes 1,000, sometimes 1,500. And then I was able to gather 50,000. And I was shocked. What? You can make money from doing something on your phone. Something. At some point, I presumed everybody could do it. And that's the reason why some of you don't have a YouTube channel. Because you believe that that knowledge that you have, everybody has it. That's not true. That right now, if you do you have a YouTube channel? Okay, if you open a YouTube channel and you just stand in front of your camera, and the same thing you do when you go to the market, you teach people, you have subscribers in the next 10 years. At least 10 people subscribe. You have friends. The first challenge is that we presume that others know what we know. So we don't monetize it, we don't capitalize on it. That's the first challenge. You presume everybody knows how to do this thing. Everybody can talk, everybody can make video editing. Meanwhile, I transited to video editing. Not like I learned what I was doing, but I needed to upscale and add that as part of my skill set. So I learned Adobe After Effects in 2 weeks. As a matter of 2 weeks. I started learning Adobe After Effects December 5, 2024, 2023 rather. And by December 17, I was already done with that course. And should I shock you? I got my first job January to edit videos. Did I tell you how much I charged? Maybe because of the knowledge I already had about design and pricing negotiation, I charged $150, and the person, meanwhile, a first time video editing. Should I also shock you? As I was making the video, it was me and YouTube. YouTube on the other screen, how to keyframe. When I finish, you will think, Charles, Papa, Abba. If you know, you know. It was me and YouTube. God bless you too. So that was how I learned how to use Photoshop. That was how I learned how to use Figma. I didn't pay for any course. And today, I'm not boasting, right? And I'm not, you should pay for courses, so it will make your journey shorter, right? It will also bless you with access. I didn't do all of that. So I'll visit YouTube, search for something, come and do it in Photoshop. Search for something, go and do it in Figma. Search for something, go and do it in After Effects. So what I'm saying in essence is that there is something you know that you are not monetizing, that you are not capitalizing. And it is first because you believe everybody know it already. Are you with me? Yes, sir. So that's part. So I'm still trying to explain how my design career started, then I'll chip in some things, then we start interacting. So it started as a mistake because that was how it started. I never knew I was evolving into something. I never knew. So my price kept changing, 6,000, and at the time, the highest I ever charged was 5,000. And when I say 10,000, those guys would leave, and they will love me. Now, here's the first lesson I want you to realize. That to get out of a place, it is both mental and physical. It is first mental, then finally physical. You can get out of a place in your mind and still be there physically. Yes, it is possible. That by virtue of the things you have learned, you are no longer there in your mind, but your body is still there. Now you know you should not be charging this amount, but you cannot go charge that amount because everybody you are charged more than your price. They left. So I've discovered that when you leave a place mentally, you also have to leave that place physically. To leave a place mentally, there are a few things you have to do. You have to come for conferences like this. It is this kind of conference, this kind of event that would open up your heart to extraordinary possibilities. You start, let me share my insights with you. Practically. That was when I met Faith Obola. You know that popular musician? She was first a designer. I met her first as a designer. So we met in 2021. We met in 2021 when Pastor Godswill Oil had Kingdom Renewals in Ibadan. Meanwhile, I should tell you that I went to Ibadan with my last card. I came back and I was hungry for 2 days. Now, it's not routine. I ate whenever I sound this way because I sound like a motivational speaker. Plus this sound I haven't in the background. Hey! Wow. But are you with me? Yes, so that was my last class. So I went to Ibadan. And I remember I left Akure. I was in Futa then. I left Akure very early in the morning. The event was slated for 10 a.m. I got to Ibadan 1 p.m. because I was supposed to. And then I was scared for myself. Okay, what exactly did I come to Ibadan for? I just came to sightsee and now I'm going back. So I just had to go there. And in the next 2 hours, that event was going to close. So what I could do, since I could not get new information, I can make new friends. If I can't get something new, at least in terms of information, I can meet new people because there are people there. So I sat down, and the person I sat down with, I asked, what do you do? And that's why right now, the person sitting beside you wants to talk as much as you. But you know why they won't talk? Because you believe they don't want to talk. But they want to talk. You have to be an initiator. Initiate the conversation. What do you do? My name is this. I would like to have your contact. You cannot imagine what would happen. There was a guy with him. I'm not with. I'm just trying to let you know something. Are you with me? Well, this was so strange. There's this guy that reached out to me, and we did a deal recently about $2,000. And the guy reached out to me because way back 2017, they invited me to their church as a minister. So the guy knew me, met me first as a minister. But eventually, when you start seeing my status, I met many things together. I met business. Some of you don't even know this part of my life. There are many people who don't even know I'm a student. So like, what? You are a student. Yes, I am. Because I don't put out that part. But then they see the ministry aspect and then they see the design aspect. And this guy reached out and this was his comment. I am working with you on this project because you are busy. You are doing this and doing this at the same time. I've seen some of your works, I like them. That was how we got working. So I'm saying, you cannot imagine that as a matter of fact, when I charged him, I didn't, because I never knew he left Nigeria already. So I didn't charge him as a Nigerian. I charged him the way I would have charged anybody. Are you with me? And the reason why you are not charging like that is because you are afraid. Is it that way? You are afraid on behalf of your client. Why? Change by charge, and they will not know the way. You are share the space with you. So I charged him that amount for brand. And the next thing I heard is that all? I'm like, wait, that's not all. There is more. You know that shock, like, wait, you are not scared. Your question is that all? Is that all really? So I told him, okay, there is more. There are other more, and I added one small thing. I just think there is presentation, there is you know. And then eventually he sent 50% upfront. I was shocked. The last time I met this guy, I knew him as a church boy. Because the number I used to make was a Nigerian number. Meanwhile, that's how the people used to do. Yeah. They'll be in the UK, they'll say I have a Nigerian number for business stuff. So that when you say American number, you don't go and build them too much. So he messaged me the Nigerian number, and then I charged him normally, and then we worked. How I got here is that I met him first in the church. You cannot imagine where your next client will come from. So that was how I met Faith Olabi. So we got talking, and then at the time she was a designer. And then she had to pitch her idea, and then she got 100,000. That was a lot of money there. So I met other people. And then I remember when someone came up and then said, I charged 50,000 for logo design. You know why? Last time I charged 5,000, the person ran away. And there's somebody right now saying he charges 50,000 for a logo design. And then he projected the logo. Holy shit, me. Have you been there before? Yes. Well, I can do this thing. Some of you right now, somebody will put something online like 70,000 for maybe a footwear. This thing. I can do it. And maybe truthfully you can. Are you kidding? Maybe truthfully you can. But you know what differentiates you from that person? We are going to discuss it. But still with you. So that was how I met Faith Olabi and some other of my friends. But I didn't go home with so much information. But if there was anything I left with, it was that there is somebody I can do better than, that is charging better than I'm charging. So I left that place mentally. I was still there physically. Because the next time another client came, by virtue of the conference I've attended, my money is now 25K. Keshi, that's the original. Why? Just logo. What are you printing? Are you brand? I said yes, look. And I was trying to use all this big English, like, yes, you are going to get the PDF, the PNG, the SVG, what? I just need the logo. It's 3,000 I have. He said, my God, from 25,000, 3,000. What? The next person came, and this one people agreed to pay 5,000. So I'm like, oh, yeah, there's no difference. Somebody says, he's charging 50,000. I can do, and maybe you are like that, because I know there are people like that. Your designs are good. As one, maybe your fashion design business, you make this, right? There are people who cannot, who may not even be able to do this. But you'll be sure that they can charge more than they're charging. Are you with me? And that is because when you get out of the place mentally, you must also get out of the place physically. So by virtue of that conference, I got out of that place mentally, but I was still there physically. Why was I there physically? Because the value I was given had not changed. Why are you charging more? Are you with me? And the value I'm giving right now is not just the work. That's why I'm going to talk about personal branding. Are you with me? So the value is not just the fine logo. The value is not just the consistent posting online. The value is holistic. It's everything you come. Are you with me? Or still with me? So when you get out of a place mentally, you must also get out of the place physically. You get out of a place mentally by reading books. So you can be in a room with maybe one window, and then you are still there. But then you are reading about how to close a $100, a $1,000 deal in maybe a room without AC or even fan. And then you are still in that room. Are you in that room? Yes. But are you out of that place mentally? Yes. Because right now in your heart there is the possibility of you are already seeing yourself outside that place, but you are still there. And that's what I'm saying again. When you get out of a place mentally, you must also get out of that place physically. You get out of a place mentally by changing your mindset. You get out of a place physically by changing your value systems. So it is your valuation that must change for you to get out of a place. You will remain there even if you are reading all the books. Even if you attend all the conferences, but your valuation is not changing, your value is not changing, you are going to be in that place mentally and physically. You are still going to be in there. So when you get out of a place mentally, you must get out of that place physically. You get out of a place mentally by changing your mind, right? Meet people. By just saving somebody's contact, by seeing their post, you can buy people's ideas. You can see into their mind. There were some things you didn't know right now until you got somebody's contact. And then you saw that somebody was charging. Really, people charge for this. How many of you have seen that video where somebody said, they paid you this amount for this project and you only paid me $5,000? I don't remember that video. Then the last guy said, I'm only getting 1,000. Then the last guy said, people are getting paid. You need to see that video. Yes, sir. That's your situation. Because people can charge for this thing. Because right now, do you know, there's this guy I saw, I watched him. His name is, he's a Chinese guy. He speaks. Oh, you know him. What this guy teaches is how to speak. Imagine, can't you speak? Open your mouth, can you not speak? Talk. What's your name? Where's that microphone? What's in camera? So let's use you as a specimen. What's your name, sir?
My name is Ibu.
Please pass it to you. What's your name?
My name is Arizari.
So what are you teaching him? Because that guy is charging you to teach you how to speak. You're already speaking. But he's charging you how to speak. Are you with me? Yes, and then maybe you are paying Vusi. You come and sit down and then maybe for an exclusive class you are paying. Oh, how many of you see this man, Mr. Shimakitayo? Is that his name? That charged for Stephen rather for mentorship. I know many of like running here $18,000 for mentorship. 20,000. There was a discount, and then some couple of days after I posted that all the slot has been taken. $18,000 mentorship. Okay, somebody do the conversion because the way we are saying that like okay, wait. $18,000 to Naira. Your Naira, then you'll be shocked what people charge for. Because it's not about the value. Okay, let me ask you, what's the difference between Tazi and Uber? Oh, what's the difference? Branding is part of the value. But it is holistically value. Don't worry, we're going to get there. Who is helping us? $18,000 to Naira.
26,400,000.
You don't even have 1 million. Oh, thank you. 20, oh Jesus. 28 million naira for me. Go and check. It is there. 28 million naira for mentorship. And meanwhile, a few days after, they said, oh, this Lord. And do you know what funny thing about Nigeria? Some people say, Iran is not possible. It's not possible. This Lord, whether it is possible for you or not, this Lord has been. So what I'm trying to make you see is that people charge for anything. So right now you enter Uber, right? And then they charge. I was in Abuja from January 2022. And then I was going to go from Uber to, I can't remember the place, maybe God knows, I can't remember the name of, but, and the person said it's 5,000, that was what I saw, 5,000 naira. And then I entered 600 naira. So, that's how many change left, that's how much change left, that's 4,400 and left. So, if you want comfort, you pay additional 4,000. If you don't want comfort, enter Uber. So, they charge you for comfort. Not just to transport you. But Korokwe just wants to transport you. But they now say, okay, there's an exclusive offer. There will be comfort. There will be AC. You will sit at the back like the owner. Because humanly, we love to be respected. That's why you find it in human system. There is first class. Anywhere you get to, you find the first grade, second grade, then the last one. Have you ever been on a flight before? Even in business class, you know there's difference. So you want to, maybe you enter airplane right now. In that same airplane, there are some having a different feeling. So they just give you one small water that cannot, small, it's not about maybe, they give you maybe small biscuit. Then there's somebody they are going to visit. Okay, fine. What else do you want? Because that person paid an additional price for not just the aeroplane now, for more value. And the value can be comfort. The value can just be, I just want to be alone. So they factor all of these things into what they do, and then the prices hike. So you are a fashion designer. Right now, somebody meets you and just says, "Go first shop, you know what? They don't need 600. Is 500. What if there is consultation? And there is first consultation. Okay, let me share something with you. I'm not a fan of TikTok. I don't like TikTok. First, because of the name, TikTok. Second, because of the kind of things we find there. Because the first time I installed it, I had to uninstall it. Because if I did not, they were going to uninstall it. Yes, if you know, you know. So I deleted it, but eventually I had to download it again for my business. And then I started posting. And in 6 days, I went from maybe I don't remember the number of followers I had, from maybe 100 plus to about 3,000 in less than how many days. And from that same TikTok that I did, like, quite okay, can we have you don't have my phone with you? I have some of the screenshots. Oh, okay. I wish I could show some of the screenshots. Inflow of messages. How much did you charge for? Oh, you saw it on my status, right? How much? Meanwhile, those were just a few out of the many. At least about 50 plus people reached out. How much do you charge for flyer design? How much is your branding? So one of the ladies that I eventually reached out to works in Lagos as the sales expert. And they reached out to me and said, Charles, I saw you on TikTok, messaged me on TikTok that how much do you charge for branding? So what I did was not to continue that conversation. So I feel, I know your business is important to you. We can't have that conversation on TikTok. I'll send you a call link. Join the call link on Zoom. This is Zoom? Google Meet. So she joined me. And then in the course of the conversation, I started asking her about her competitors. What are the things that differentiates you or separates you from your guys? And then we had to get to WhatsApp. we didn't work eventually because our budget was very low compared to what I charged. So, do you know one of the things he said is, I may not be able to afford you, but is there anything you can do for me? So I said, I cannot help you. I cannot do anything for you. The best I can do for you is to charge this. If you cannot pay it, we will work some other time. And then before she left, said, although we didn't get to work, but I love the process. If I had the money, I would have patronized you. Because a conversation started on TikTok, to Google Meet, then eventually WhatsApp. All of that is fine. It's like transportation. So imagine, say, how much is your brand? It's 2,000 naira. There's difference. Do you know, by the time I talk to you and then you hear me talk, the value is already hiking in your mind. Why will you charge 2,000 naira? As we are talking, the kind of question I'm asking you, that is already hiking my value. Okay, where do you see yourself in the next 2 years if you rebrand your logo? Meanwhile, they came to me and said, how much you charge? I said, 5,000 naira this. The process I take that person through, or I took that person through, already hiked my value in his or her mind. So in his mind, he's already thinking, this guy cannot be cheap. Are you with me? So I was saying to you that the difference between Uber and Tesla are the exclusive things Tesla can also offer, but they are not offering. So the first game is not Tesla, it is Uber. It is not just about transportation, it's about comfort. Are you with me? Okay, is there any bottle of water here? Do you have a bottle of water? I said I was going to come with a bottle of water, I forgot. Alright, thank you so much. Can we have another bottle of water? Meanwhile, we are going to make it that one, so I just want to share. Okay, please let me read that 9 on you. Just read off that one. So there's something practical we want to do. So right now I want to talk on personal branding because eventually I got here. So just do it. But is somebody with you? Are you ready? Alright. Thank you. So this discussion, this experiment is on personal branding. I know some way you have this bias knowledge about personal branding because when I say personal branding, right now what comes to mind is perception. How people perceive you. But let's do it in more depth. So on personal branding, let's say you go to the mall to get a bottle of water. And then you open the freezer and then you find this and you find this. Which will you pick?
First one.
This one. Why? This is water. This is water. Are you with me? Stay with me. This is water. This is water. But then you visit the mall with your money. Then see yourself now as the client. See this as you. This is a designer. This is also a designer. This is a fashion stylist. Is that what they call it? But there's something fashion. There's fashion stylist now.
Yes.
Okay, so let me use stylist this time. So this is a stylist. This is a stylist. This is a barber. This is also a barber. That sound. Stay with me. This is a barber. This is a barber. This is, what other things do we have that maybe people charge very low for? Help me now. Okay, this is a laundryman. This is also a laundryman. Now, see this as bottles, but they are humans. So you visit the mall and then you see this in the freezer and then you see this. You say you are going to pick this, right? Why? Oh yeah, help me out. Well, it's conversation. So why would you go for this? I know it's not because this is Mr. B. There's something more, right? So why this and not this? Does someone want to help? All right.
Because of the label.
Okay, because of the label. All right. Who else wants to help us? Okay, please help.
So I think because there is an identity, it gives it credibility.
Amazing.
Instead of something that you don't know who owns it or who put it in the first place.
Okay, what if is it called locked or what's the thing? When you crack it and then you hear crack. Sealed, right? Thank you. Now this is sealed, this is sealed. So you are sure that there is nothing wrong with the quality. But there is just a challenge. Okay, who else wants to stick out? All right, let's have the conversation. These are two people in the marketplace, in the labor market, doing the exact same thing.
The first, the one without label, you just look ordinary, no attract.
Okay.
You just look ordinary, like this one cannot have more fun than. You see the one with label, you like these people actually put more things on the.
Okay. I think he wants to hear. Oh, yeah.
Alright, I believe that they were both produced, but I feel that one is more serious than the other. I mean, why will you produce something and I cannot trace you?
Okay, thank you so much. Now, meanwhile, there are many designers like this. There are many entrepreneurs like this. There are many creatives. This is you. You have the value, but this is you. It's amazing how something as minute as label can change your value. So what is personal branding? Personal branding is labeling yourself with all of your unique values. To be perceived first as valuable, as trustworthy. Because the difference between this and this is, this simple label already, I can trust this one. Are you with me? Okay, I know you are writing, but still with me. So personal branding, from my own perception, is labeling yourself with all of your unique values to be perceived first as valuable, as trustworthy, as professional, as everything you want to feel like. You have to label yourself with those qualities. Now, stay with me, everyone. I know you are right, but I need your attention. Buy a course on social media management for them. You will find something as little as 5,000 naira first. You can even get YouTube videos. Pile everything together, send it to that girl. I think you get started as a social media man. The guy just got out of school, not doing anything. Okay, how about you get started as a social media man? Train them and let your account be the first thing you practice with. Are you with me? And even if they don't do that, there should be people that you are older than or friends that you are nice to who should see you off. What? Can I help you manage one of your accounts? So,
it's connected, but I'm not sure whether it's not working.
The one you invited me for. I met Gift. So, after that conference, Gift reached out to me and said, "Sir, is there any way I can help you?" And at the time, she
It's working now.
So I told her, maybe when I need your help, I'll reach out. But right now,
so you don't have to stress yourself. Personal Instagram, personal page, so the post on Instagram, automatically creating a very personal feed.
Alright, thank you so much for that. Alright, are there other questions? Alright, please, let's just but I hope you're having fun.
Thank you so much, sir. So I think I have like two questions, but I'll make it very quick. So the first one is as regards foreign clients. So you mentioned that there are places where we can position ourselves for foreign clients to meet us, and you mentioned social media. So I want to ask about freelancing platforms. Initially, when I started out, it didn't really work for me. I worked more with like a steady source of income, getting a job, because I know by the end of the month, a certain amount is coming in, and with referrals. So I think that really worked for me. But when I tried the online freelancing platforms, it didn't really work out for some reason. I tried it out, so it was just a bit too competitive, so I stopped for a while and just focused on the other ones I got money from. So I'd like you to please elaborate. Did you at some point try it out? Did it work for you? What are the kinds of advice you suggest? Secondly, if you don't mind sharing, how do you get clients to pay in dollars? For the people I work with, they have to like reach out somewhere in Nigeria to send it in naira. But you know that thing when they send it in dollars and receive it in dollars is like a milestone in your head, like yes, finally. So what apps do you use if you don't mind sharing that? And lastly, I have a bias against TikTok too. I have never opened the account. It just doesn't appeal to me. But now the way you talk about it, I'm like, should I consider it? So I'd just like you to elaborate on that. So do you think it's something as designers? Because I know it's more for video content. So as a graphic designer, is it that you're just posting flyers there? I was trying to already go and check, but I was thinking I'd just be very pleased to ask if you don't mind sharing how you run the TikTok, what kind of content you put there, and should every designer focus on that? Thank you, sir.
Please celebrate. Now, I don't know about the question, you still continue to help me. So the first question is, how do you position yourself to get foreign clients, right? So, when I started out, I have friends who at the time, they're using Fiverr, some use Upwork, and then some other platforms. So, that adrenaline, I just need money. Hey. Then I went on Fiverr, I created the account. Oh, Jesus. And for months, nobody reached that, like the desert. No comments, nothing. I did everything I could. Then eventually I figured that there were people who would boycott, to create another account, to review themselves, and all of that. You have to just do something. It doesn't have that in my value, so I'm not going to do that. I also did the same with Upwork. Eventually somebody reached out, but it didn't work. So till now I still have my Upwork on my browser. I just have it open there. Never people feel like so. What I did is I uploaded all my videos, the motion I've done, my flyer designs, put it in sections and all of that. And then I think for Upwork you need connections. If I believe you don't have to buy, but it comes by default. So you reach out to people, maybe with your proposal, and then if they want to work with you, they eventually work with you. I tried all of that, but it didn't work for me. So this guy reached out to me because of what I didn't even submit my proposal. He just reached out to me with an offer, and then I don't know how it happened, but eventually just stopped talking. So I didn't push any further as well. But how have I been getting foreign clients? First by referral. So I can't remember exactly my first foreign job, but all of the foreign clients I have right now, they were all referred. So for me, from my own perspective, here's what I would say. A good job. And that's because SLMs has a voice. And there are those who recognize SLMs, they know what SLMs looks like. So do a good job. Don't only post for posting for likes to get the comments. That's not the essence. That's not what you are looking for. In your posting, you are emphasizing the solution you provide. Much more than, I worked on this project, it was exciting. Not necessarily, who cares if you are excited? You think I care? No. This was the challenge. My client reached out to me, and this was the solution. Then you show them, and more than that, you can also tell the client to give you a feedback. Push that one out too. Are you with me? Post that out. What that is going to do is, eventually, if someone comes into your social media space, you have credibility. There are things they can hold on to that are tangible. You don't know your social media account. I wish Instagram can show you. There are many people that visited your social media and they went back. I wish that there were trackers to show those who have visited your Instagram page. Some of the people that visited your Instagram page were those foreign clients, but they didn't patronize because maybe you have not been posting your job. The second thing I'm not talking about is pushing out your job consistently. Consistently does not now mean every day. If you don't have any post to make it every day, it's not a must. But every time you have to make a post, make sure that you emphasize the solution. Don't be in a hurry to just make any post. You just make a design, you just want to share immediately. You can use VRs, create that section there, push it out. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is, the hardest part of getting a foreign client is your first foreign client. Then, whenever you get your first foreign client, it will be easier from there, and that will be based on if you do a good job for that guy. Let me give you an instance. Somebody reached out to me. I didn't even know the person was not in Nigeria, because the person who called me with a Nigerian number. Her name was Sarah. So he just called and said, "Hi, my name is Sarah. She's a Nigerian from here. How are you? I came across your IG page. I would like to inquire, what do you charge for branding, logo, and all of that?" As at then, that was 2024. As at 2024, January, I charged 70,000 for branding, logo design, or brand identity, or let's call it visual identity, not branding. Because there's a mistake I was explaining about that. Let's call it visual identity. So I charged 70,000. So the man just, is that the last price? I said, "Ma'am, that's how much I'm willing to charge." He said, "All right, we also want to make flyer designs, but do the logo first." So I did the logo, and then he now said, I'm going to add, now I was doing the conversation, he said, "I'm going to add my brother to this group." And then he added the brother and asked me, "What, +1? You didn't tell me now. So the guy was from the US. I said, "Oh, Charles, Sarah just told me that you guys already discussed." So he said, God told me to pay 100,000. I said, God, thank you. Then we did that logo. That's not the logo now, but we did that logo. It should be on my IG page. And then eventually they reached out to me. More flyers. You won't believe. He then referred one of their members in the church who needed a book cover design. That book cover design is what you find on my IG page. Can we visit my IG page? Is it possible? Yes. So you find a book design I did for Mr. Osero or something. You know how much I charged for that? That was the highest I ever charged. And it was out of I charged you naira the last first time. I'm not charging naira again, so I charged. So I charged you $80. Then that's what it was. And then I think that was over 100,000 for a book cover design. That was my highest thing. And the man didn't care about it. Is that what I can get? Is that the best I can get? That's the best you can get to get a good job. And then I did that job. The man reached out eventually and said, Charles, why do people commented on the book you did and all of that? I want to make more design. So here's what I want you to do. A good job will call in more clients. So make every job the best. Are you with me? Make every job the best. Make every of it. You are a fashion designer. Don't do it for. Make it the best. Is that clear? Because your last job will bring in your next job. Note that. Your last job will bring in what? The next job. And if the last job was bad, what will be the next job? A bad one. So make every job the best one, especially the last job. Make it the best one. And that is why a designer, a fashion designer, you must continue to improve. You can't have but we can visit my IG page. So you find that book cover design. So that one is for a church in Canada. This is for a brand in the UK. This is, you see Winnipeg there. This is for Canada as well. That's for UK, Ghana. This is for UK as well. This for Canada. Or RCA. This for UK as well. This for Nigeria. Please let's just go ahead. What are we looking for? That book cover. So let's go. Meanwhile, this was a presentation, this is not the book. You see, this is presentation. And this was what this man loved about the design. Meanwhile, after you did your book cover, you just sent everything. And you now screenshotted your do book cover design. This is my presentation. Can we see the next slide? I think it's the same. That was an error from within Instagram there. This was this job that got me. Let's go to the just as we come back at the top. I think we're feeling okay, that one. Yes, this one. So this was the logo for me. It was the same man that had the book cover that reached out. And can I tell you, I gave him the price and he didn't price it. And from him, most of the international clients I work with came from this man. Should I be honest? This is quite personal, I'll show you that. This man. Well, I see you right now. This is life, but yes. Okay. This man. The time is right. If you read and unlike money, would you be full? No, you'll be full.
Yes.
But what will happen to your teeth? Burn. What will happen to your stomach? You most likely will not feel much, but you'll be full. So when that opportunity came, I simply told him that God will not allow me to leave the country. So it was paid. You know, I met him as a client and he was willing to do all of that. Now I understand the place of God in this, but there's also the place of skill. So all of this year does not want to call me. So this job came from Mr. Chidera from Canada. And then we still have a job to do this evening. He reached out to me yesterday now. He said, I have 2 new jobs. So do every job well. When your first international client will come, you most likely will not expect it. Right now, I can't teach, okay, this is how to get your first international client because I didn't even know how it works. I just knew that I continue to push out the project. Now, the second thing I think you can do well with is, can you see the abstracts? Okay. You see Canada, right? Canada designer. Branding, logo design, exhibition, logo maker, UK, USA, church. So it means that if anybody searches anything along this line, I will show up. Meanwhile, there was a woman that reached out to me from Canada. I think that one is on trial. Let's check pen test. So it's on my bio, so you see that was a so from my bio, in my bio, just go to my bio. So click pen text, pen text. Yes, let's have. So this is this project, no, this one, this book cover. So this person reached out from Instagram, and what happened? She said she searched for book cover, and then she saw me. That's hashtag. Simply hashtag. So in every of my posts, I don't just post. I have hashtag UK designer. I'm in Nigeria. So that if somebody, there are people who really do that. They just go to Instagram and they search best designers. So I have that as hashtag. I am one of the best designers. So best designers, top designers, Canada designers, UK brands, UK whatever. So that location you are expecting job from, add it as your hashtag. Yes. So that if any search happens around the region, your account will pop up. Exactly. So I think those are the things I think you can maximize for now. Then you can also maximize your name, your username. I think I've seen some of my friends do that. Aside their name, they will add the dash, then brand designer, they add logos of different countries. If that works for you, you can also try that. But I don't do that. What I have simply is my name. So how I got my first international client was simply by posting. And the first opportunity that came, I didn't. I knew food. So I did a good job, and from there, more referrals. If I can show you that the greatest marketing, the greatest marketing you can ever think of is not posting yourself, it's referral. Here's the thing: anyone who refers you is referring you to their kind. Are you with me? The reason why recently there was a time, like one of my friends, I needed some amount of money, I needed to save up an amount. And there were projects that came, I could work on them for $100. But I'm not doing any job for $100. Not logo design. I'm not. And my friends told me, is this not right? You can call it that, but it's not. The reason is because if I do it, I will do more of that kind. Yes, I will do, because you will do more of that kind. Are you with me? Yes. I hope you are hearing what I'm saying. Yes. If you do that, you will do more of that. Because eventually, the other jobs that will come by referral, that person is going to refer their kind. So I didn't do that job, although I needed the money because I understand if I start now, I will continue to do that. So I said no. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that. So that's basically what I will say about that. How I got my first client was posting the opportunity that came to do a job for a foreign client. I didn't more referrals. All right. Maybe a question from this question. All right. Yes.
I think, to my understanding, I believe that question came in layers.
Okay.
Here is what you've answered. I want to believe that what he's actually asking is, I'm saying this because these are things we've actually had to answer over and over again. I think a couple of nights ago, I still have a lot of that question. How do you receive funds? Not how to get the clients now. So I've gotten the clients, how do I get them to pay me? Because there's been some stories of Nigerians, you've met this client, you've been in a good conversation, very good one, and got to the stage of sending the money, they are gone. Oftentimes, it's not because they don't enjoy working with us, but the stress of having to send. I don't have the issue. At least 2017, 2018, 2019, I've been able to overcome that, but it was an issue, like, it wasn't easy. The kind of clients I work with outside the country now, some of them are experienced working with, so I don't really need to bother. I just need to ask them to, you prefer to pay in dollars, I send you my dollar account, or right. But until 3 nights ago, a question came about how to get paid. So instead of me answering, I just went to a couple of friends abroad. Okay, you've been doing this, and I've received so much of them. So I had this comment from a friend in Europe, in Netherlands. In fact, she eventually resulted in saying, for you to get paid from Europe to an African country, you have to take it prayerfully, right? So I guess the question is coming into how to receive funds. So how do you receive yours? And I believe that could help.
Yeah, that's the second question, right? So the first layer was, how do I get foreign clients? So how to answer that? So how I receive payments? So I have a dollar account. There are many platforms you can use. You can use Pay. I use GivePay. Then GivePay now. I use GivePay. Somebody says something. Okay, I think it's from the other end. So you can use Pay, you can use GivePay, you can use PayPal. Now, PayPal don't work for Nigerians, but we have experts, those who, I don't know how they do it, but you can please verify. I don't have a personal PayPal account. I have friends, so in case my clients insist that they use PayPal, I get my friends, whatever. I think a few times I've used it, you just send me their mail, and then I post it, and then the person sends to me. But I use GivePay, and then it works well. I also use Pioneer. But most of my clients, so they have experience working with Nigeria. So some of them use Lautech, some of them use Lenify, some of them use Send Money. Yes. So most of those accounts, most of the projects I've worked on this year, I didn't see them in dollar. I see them directly to my OPay account. Yes, from the US. The one I got the day before yesterday was from UK, and it came directly to my Nigerian account. So if you have a working relationship with your client, you can recommend applications that you can download. One of them is Lenify. Can we please search Lenify? Yes, so that everybody can get to see. Lenify, tap send. I use Lenify. So they just have to create an account, forge that account, and you're able to send money directly to you, to your Nigerian account. Now, most clients may not want to go through that space if you don't have a working relationship with them. So I'm saying this is for clients that you have a working relationship with, so you can please recommend Lenify. Yes. So anybody can send money directly to your Nigeria account using Lenify. So you can recommend Lenify. Please, for your clients that you have a working relationship with. Now, here's the second thing. I lost a job. This woman reached out to me from Saudi Arabia. I will make a post about it maybe this evening or later. And the reason why we could not work was I sent my GivePay, and then the process was too long that she was unable to go through that. So I reached out to one of my friends in the US, and I said, please send me your dollar account. That's something you can also do. If you have friends in the US, you can ask them to send. But the challenge of when you face is that most clients can have trust issues. Okay, why is the name different from your name? That was why that guy didn't work with me eventually. And because the process we have gone through was already too long, she tried using it, it didn't work. She tried using other platform, it didn't work. And I sent her that process and cancelled. Once all of this process, and then she eventually didn't work. There's nothing we can do about that. We are Nigerians. The nation already. I think I even saw a post recently on Instagram right now that if somebody wants to message you from the US, you get a pop-up that you are messaging somebody in Nigeria, there are more scammers. What? I don't know, any of you saw that post? Did you see it? If anybody from the US right now wants to work with you, they most likely will get that couple. Working, you see that now. So the whole thing is messed up. So that's why you have to invest in personal brand. Build your credibility yourself. Are you with me? Yes. So work on personal brand. I'm begging you. Work on your brand. The way you push yourself out. You are the brand. Are you with me? You are the brand. You are a collocation of solutions. So brand yourself. Much more than you even talk about other things. Brand yourself. Your name should be, let it be trademarked, registered in people's mind. And all of that is by the things you say about yourself. Are you with me? When you work with a client, push it out. Don't keep it in your folder. Nobody needs it there. Your people need it. Or the audience needs it. Are we together now? Right. So that's how I receive funds. Verify. You can recommend it to your client. You can also, I think the other one is send money. But this one is more popular. Verify is more popular and it is easier. So when they open this account, they just have to fund it and then they send it to your Nigerian account. The second option is if you have any international friends, you can ask them that you want to use either their PayPal account or their dollar account. Meanwhile, before you send this, tell your client, this is not my account, I'm using my friend's account. Be very clear. That's in a situation where there are no other options. That's one of the options you can consider. Then you can also open a Payoneer account. Then there are, I think the other platform, there is Clever, there is Grey, there is Clever is there is Grey, there is what's the other one? Cheap something. Cheaper, yeah, cheaper cash, I guess. These are other things you can use. Grey works well. You can just create accounts. You don't make your own. I don't use all of them. I only use them for Payoneer, and then in cases where it is complex, I reach out to any of my friends in the US. I get the account and I send it to the client, and then I get the payment. Yeah. You're welcome. The third question is okay, TikTok. Now, the kind of content, yes, my conclusion. Any of your projects that do well on any account, on any other account, it will do well anywhere. And I'm telling you the truth. Can we check ASAS? Please, let's check ASAS on IG. I made that project ASAS, and then it did well on IG. I made that post on Twitter. It did well on Twitter. I made that post on TikTok. No, just visit my account. Then we'll check ASAS from my account. Just visit Charles. Just open my account. Alright, so let's check this out. Okay, this is the flyer for them. Let's check their logo. So let's check. That's the house. Alright, here's what I want you. I want you to go through all of these slides. So here's the logo. So let's go through the slides. Okay, let's go through. So here's the mission view with the color palette, mockups. Now that is us. Now this project had about 1,357 likes. Can we check the insert? So you go to you're not on our that's on my account. Now I think this post reached about organically reached about 23,000 people. In that 23,000, there are new followers, there are new fans, there are new clients. Those are the three audience you have as an entrepreneur. You have followers, you have fans, you have clients. Are you with me? Fans, they are those who like what you do. Maybe they don't like it, they just like what you do. Like some of you, right? You may not like me, but you like what I do. You are a fan of what I do. You are a follower when you not just like what I do, you are beginning to like my person. That's the follower. A client is the focus. Should I tell you? Your clients may not even. There are some of my clients that don't follow you. They don't even like any of my posts, but we are working. So every time you push out a project, it reached out to these three audience. Fans, those who will like your project, they will not follow you. They can just like it and not even click follow. Followers are those who are not only liking your project, they are beginning to like your person. Clients are those who want to work with you. So bear this in mind, every time you push out your project, there are three audience you are going to get. Now, in that 23,000 people that I reached out to, at least there are 5 new clients that will come. It can't be that bad. 23,000 people saw your new project, at least 5 will be interested in working with you. Eventually, 2 will work with you because your price agree, and the other ones who may not work because your price does not agree. As you see. But every time you push out your project and you do well on a platform, it will do well on any other platform. So I posted this same project, nothing much. That's what I've been doing. I've not even appeared in front of my camera. I've not done that. That's one of the things I run away from. I don't enjoy that process. So what I did on TikTok was to just, the same thing I posted on Instagram, I posted it on TikTok and I added sounds. I use motivations. You can do it. You can be it if you want to get it or whatever. And then you can slide it too. And I think one of the posts right now, it should be answers too. I wish we can visit TikTok now, but we cannot. The post reached about 50,000 people. 50 on TikTok. I was shocked. Look what I didn't even know that there are designers there. Yeah, designer posts. And then it started going like that. So, and I'm telling you that most of the posts that did well on Instagram, they are doing well too. So what you are doing, what's your name again? Glory. Any post you don't make on Twitter, it will just be there sitting down, even if you make it on Instagram. So post the same project across all the platforms, it will do well. And it may not do well as much as others, but it will do well. Alright? So that's why you need Anders. Just push out your content. The strategy I've been using is I post my flyers before and after. What I've done several times is I post my screen before designing. I post my screen after designing. I post the picture of the project I'm working on my system, and I post the actual project, and it's been gaining traction. So that's what I've been doing with TikTok. I've never, ever sat down to create any content. I've just been pushing out my local project, my designs. So that's what I don't know if I've answered all your questions. Thank you so much. Alright, do we have other questions so that we can move to alright. So I think we'll take these 2 questions then. Start looking at how we can start there.
Yeah. I want to talk about social media design. I started running on Instagram. I want to talk about getting clients. I started running ads on Instagram.
Okay.
So,
has it been working?
I'll still be there.
Okay.
I started running ads. I got like 1,000 views. But 5 people reach out to me. Only 1 people.
Only 1 person.
Paid for my designs, and I used like I gained half of the money back, but I was like, should I continue or stop it?
All right, so let's assume from what you said, let's say you did that ad in 10,000 naira, and I'm assuming then you reach to 1,000 person, and only 1 person paid maybe 5,000 for the project. Now you ask me, change it. If I continue to run ads and then I use 100,000 to run ads and I only get 50,000 back, it means that in Yoruba, I should be doing that. Now, from my experience, I have never done any advertisement. I've never done it. What I do is, I'm going to come back to the question, but I'm trying to tell you what I do. Now that I don't run ads, okay, what do you do? I maximize the relationship I have with people. Okay, quite a number of you share the flyers. That's the relationship. Second is do your good job. The job will speak for itself. And I'm telling you, it works. If you focus more, I'm going to come back to running ads. Your focus right now should be on getting better. Right? And one of the things I was trying to explain during Tibemiga's conference was I don't like it. So when I needed to do better as a designer, let me show you the design. Okay, let me stretch you again, my brother. Can we have another design machine? So let's check, but the network is not even cooperating. I think it should be at the top. Let's go up. Okay, no, we're going to go. Let's slide down. Alright, ancient this one. Meanwhile, we're going to resume that way. And then the theme the Lord instructed we should start with is the ancient part. Should I explain this design? What came to mind was, how do we merge the ancient and the new together? Because we're talking about the ancient part. And the way they, according to the scripture, they worked with the Ark of Covenant. And everything they did that was dramatic happened around mountains. I should be. So merge that together. This is a separate image. This is a separate image. Merge everything together, blended, blah blah blah. Added this, you are joining to the part of the ancient. And then if it is ancient, anything ancient, when you get into a room that you have not opened in a long while, you have cobwebs, you have things. This is just an attempt to make it look ancient. And then I added the new. Meanwhile, this is manipulation. This thing is a long PNG file. And so I used people to have added shadow to make it look realistic. Meanwhile, you know what gave birth to this project?